The Canadian government has just released the official long-awaited details for the 2025 Parent and Grandparent Sponsorship Program. My name is Bella Lee. I'm a regulated immigration consultant. My job is to translate complex government announcements like this one into clear, actionable advice. In this video, we're going to cut through the noise. We'll break down exactly what this PGP announcement means based on the official sources. We'll do a deep dive into the eligibility traps you must avoid and the common mistakes that will get a precious invitation taken away. And most importantly, I'm going to reveal the single most effective and predictable strategy for reuniting with your family. This is the strategic information you need to make the right choice. Let's begin. Let's start with the official announcement. Starting on July 28, 2025, IRCC will send out 17,860 invitations to apply for the Parent and Grandparent Program. Their goal is to accept 10,000 complete applications. But here's the most important fact. These invitations will only go to people from the pool of interest forms submitted back in 2020. The program remains a closed lottery. If you did not submit a form in that 2020 window, you're currently ineligible to be invited. This frustrating system is a direct response to a crisis. Before 2011, the program had no limits, creating a massive backlog of over 167,000 people. After that, chaotic races to apply online or with couriers created even more frustration. The 2020 pool of over 200,000 sponsors was the government's attempt to manage this overwhelming demand. They're still working through that massive list today. So, for the lucky few in that 2020 pool, understanding this context is key. Now, let's look at what it actually takes to succeed by breaking down the reality of the PGP challenge. Receiving an invitation is not a guarantee, it's just the start. First, as the sponsor, you must meet the core requirements. Be at least 18 years old, a Canadian citizen or PR, and live in Canada. You also must sign a legally binding undertaking, a promise to financially support your parents for 20 years from the day they become permanent residents. For Quebec residents, this is a 10-year commitment. But the biggest hurdle and the most common point of failure is the income requirement. This is PGP's biggest trap. You must prove that you met the minimum necessary income for 3 consecutive years, 2024, 2023, and 2022. If your income dipped in even one of those years, your application will be refused. There are no exceptions. And if you need help meeting the income requirement, only your spouse or common law partner can co-sign. No other family member is eligible. For residents of Quebec, remember that your process is more complex. It involves both federal and provincial applications. You have your own separate income requirements, and the processing time is substantially longer, about 48 months compared to 24 months for the rest of Canada. Meeting these requirements is only half the battle. The application itself is a minefield where one small mistake can cost your families one chance. So let's cover the most common errors so you can avoid them. If you receive an invitation, you must treat it like gold. Here are the top 6 reasons a perfect opportunity can be lost. First, an incomplete application. This is the most frequent error. If you miss even one form or document, IRCC will return the entire package. You must follow the official document checklist, IMM 5771, perfectly. Second, incorrect financial proof. You must provide your official notices of assessment for all 3 required tax years. Failure to do so guarantees a refusal. Third, improper translation. Any document not in English or French must have a certified translation. You cannot translate it yourself, and neither can any of your family members. It must be done by a professional. Fourth, mismatched information. The name and ID on your application must match what you submitted on your 2020 interest to sponsor form. Fifth, invalid signatures. A missing or invalid signature will get your application sent right back. Sixth, attempting to transfer an invitation. Invitations are strictly non-transferable. You cannot give it to a sibling or use it for your in-laws. As you can see, the process is incredibly complex and the stakes are impossibly high. If you receive an invitation and want to ensure your application is perfect, this is a critical moment to seek professional guidance. Don't risk your family's one chance on a technicality. I've placed a link to book a private consultation directly in the description below. Hi, if you've got any value from this video so far, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. It will really help push my content to more people in your situation. And feel free to leave a comment or questions down below. So, If the PGP is such a difficult and exclusive path, what is the real strategy for the vast majority of families? Let's talk about the most predictable pathway to family reunification. For most people, the super visa isn't a backup plan. It is the primary and most powerful government recommended strategy available right now. A super visa is a multi-entry visa for up to 10 years that allows your parents or grandparents to stay in Canada for up to 5 years at a time on a single entry. It provides long, meaningful, and uninterrupted time with family. The eligibility is much more straightforward compared with the PGP. As the host in Canada, you must be a citizen or PR and meet a minimum income requirement for only 1 year, not 3. For your parent and grandparent applying, they must be outside Canada, pass a medical exam, and meet the single most critical requirement. They must provide proof of paid private Canadian medical insurance. This insurance must provide at least $100,000 in coverage and be valid for at least 1 year from their date of entry. You must show proof of payment. A quote is not enough. This requirement is why the super visa is so predictable. It shifts the financial burden of healthcare from the state to the individual, allowing the government to welcome more families in a sustainable way. Understanding these two paths is one thing, but turning that knowledge into action is the most important step. So let's create your family action plan right now. Based on this deep dive, your strategy comes down to one of two clear paths. Path 1, you're in the 2020 PGP pool. Your strategy is watchful waiting and diligent preparation. Your action plan is, first, monitor your email relentlessly starting late July 2025. Second, and you must do this now, conduct a preemptive financial assessment. Gather your notices of assessment for 2022 to 2024 to see if you're still eligible. Path 2, you're not in the 2020 pool, which is probably the vast majority of families. So your strategy in this case is to pivot. Acknowledge that PGP is not a viable option for you at the moment. So your action plan is to focus 100% of your energy on the super visa. Start by assessing your income against a 1-year LICO table. Draft your letter of invitation and instruct your parents to begin researching approved Canadian insurance providers. Navigating this journey is a process of high stakes and deep emotions. But with the clarity from this guide, you're now equipped to make the best decision for your family. If you know the next logical step is to move from this general information to a personalized action plan tailored to your family's unique situation, that is the work my team and I specialize in. We can build a clear step-by-step strategy to give you the best possible chance of success. Don't let confusion or a simple mistake derail your Canadian dream. If you're ready to get serious and build a professional strategy, click the link in the description to book a private consultation with me. Let's figure out a plan for you and your family together. If you've made it this far to the video, thank you so much for your support. And if you get any value from this video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe buttons because it will really help push my content to more people in your situation. And if you feel like this video will be helpful for somebody else, by all means, share it. And if you have any comments or experience you would like to share, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video.